Hello, world, and welcome to Creating Light with Kelsey and an episode about art therapy, the more spiritual side of it and how it heals in mysterious ways. If you are new here and don't know what the fuck art therapy is, you can go on back to listen to episode 2. That is a short episode explaining what it is, along with the educational training that is required in order to ethically call yourself an art therapist. In short, it is a specialty within the mental health field. No, you do not have to be good at art to participate. My favorite tagline that I created to describe art therapy is, by using art in session, it will gently show you where your psyche is ready for healing, which enables me to guide you through the emotional processing. But anyway, let's fucking get to it. There will be times where I will get more technical, whip out some books, explain some art therapy theories, but today I'm just going to frankly talk about how art taps into the unconscious mind every fucking time. It's quite literally unavoidable. By creating and talking, the defenses within the mind naturally relax, leaving space for more information to be vocalized. And then I see shit in the art, and then I just start asking questions about it. But I never assume that I automatically know shit because everyone's perception is different. I openly ask questions to keep the curiosity going and to facilitate the processing of unconscious information that was just brought to the surface through you creating art. So, little side story, and it's all relevant, all connected, all relative. Technically, the way to start a session with a new patient is to administer drawing assessments within the first session. Totally beneficial, I get it, but what I've discovered breaks the ice and taps into the unconscious mind even more and feels less intimidating for the patient is to start the first session with a scribble drawing. Yep, a scribble drawing. Literally, the immediate response that I always get is from people is like, so just scribble on the page? And then I'm like, yep. And then we'll talk about it later. But as you scribble, just tell me why you came to therapy. And side note, I also tell them to scribble in specific ways. And then I go through specific questions, but I can't give away all of my ins and outs publicly. 98% of the time, when we talk about it later, it opens up a whole other can of worms. Their mind is blown about how much information is within a seemingly simple scribble drawing. Inner wounds present themselves that the patient now realizes will be their journey to heal. I say 98% of the time because there are some people that have so many layers of protection up and they feel creatively blocked that they just stare at the piece and bluntly say, there's nothing here. Even when I ask questions, they're like, nah, that doesn't mean anything for me. And then I'm just like, bro, challenge fucking accepted. But people in that state, they just need more direct guidance from me and practice with speaking through symbolism and metaphor. That's all that is. But these 2% of people, the ones that stick with art therapy, they eventually do open up, and then they can get to a point where they can talk about a scribble drawing for most of the time in later sessions. So, how does art therapy effortlessly tap into the unconscious mind? The unconscious mind communicates through images and feelings. So when you're wanting to heal, but are unsure of where to start, or even don't even understand why you feel so shitty, it's because you're operating from your unconscious programming, yet consciously disconnected from it. You don't know what you don't know. And until you gain self-awareness, you will continue to feel lost. The awareness that you truly desire to achieve cannot happen through talking alone. Like I said, the unconscious communicates through images. That is the right side of the brain. Talking is the left side of the brain. A fuck ton of information gets lost in translation when you go from images to solely using words to express yourself, which means you lose potent information of the unconscious programming that you're trying to fucking figure out. This is why everybody needs art in their lives. Through art therapy, you create images that are representations of what is existing in your unconscious mind. But Now it's conscious information because your outward physical eyes are currently staring at an image that was just internal. This is where it gets juicy. You may feel a little stunned or blocked when verbally trying to express what you just made, because I had mentioned a lot can get lost in translation. But since you have the information in front of you through art, none of it is truly lost now. It may just take time for the information to integrate to the left side of the brain, which is where I help you move through this process by asking questions. Nearly every time, with scribble drawings, but like other drawings, all the things, I get responses from patients when I'm asking questions or they're reflecting on the art that they just made that they weren't really like consciously thinking about what they were making. They say things like, I didn't even mean to do that, but now this memory comes to mind. Or I wasn't even thinking of that feeling when I was drawing, but this is what it is. I just drew this feeling that was inside of me. It's magic because then you gain the power of awareness. You can take action from this place. You cannot create change in your reality if you are unaware of where you truly need to shift. If you are unaware of how your trauma has affected you or where it is holding you back. Your unconscious mind knows, and it never forgets. All you need is the tools to tap into it. Art therapy can take you there. Of course, I have a real life example for you all, a sort of funny one too. So as I was in the midst of rebirthing, creating light with Kelsey, I knew that I needed to make a what is art therapy video to put on my website. That's like, boom, that's the first thing you fucking see on my website, along with having a podcast episode explaining it. In the YouTube video, though, I did a drawing so people could see that it seriously does not matter what the art looks like, and there does not have to be any skill behind it. That art therapy is all about creative expression. It's about the process, not the product. That's the like cliche thing that all art therapists learn. It's about the process, not the product. Well, I thought that it would be a great fucking idea to do a drawing without thinking and no pre-planning, which, I mean, that's kind of how I roll these days, which obviously tapped directly into my unconscious mind. And what I ended up drawing totally looks phallic. I had to stop for a second. I didn't even realize it until the whole thing was done because I was obviously consumed in the drawing and not thinking and in the zone and in the flow state. And then I was recording myself drawing, so a lot was going on. And then I later reflected on it, and then I was like, had to stop and evaluate how I want it to proceed, because I thought to myself, Kelsey, do we want to post this time-lapse art publicly on our What is Art Therapy video, the video that has the potential to get the most views? Like, are you drew a fucking shaft of a penis and it's pink and it looks a little veiny. Like, come on. Also, what exactly is going on in my unconscious mind right now? A penis, posting this art publicly. Something is obviously poking at me, pun intended, about my sexuality. And yet this was all incorporated with my brand, Creating Light. To say the least, it piqued my curiosity. Well, 1 week later, after making this drawing, I had the idea to create a 30-day self-pleasure challenge, which I recently completed that challenge on myself because I will never release anything that I haven't done on myself as a service. I will never release any content or service or whatever, or tell you to do something that I haven't done myself, or if it's not in full alignment with my purpose work. And now this makes sense. I mean, like, of course, some type of sexual artwork would be on my What is Art Therapy video. I work with sexuality, and I'm keeping it on there because I want people to know that. The thing is, this phallic looking image has a door on it, opening inside of it. So like the shaft and there's a door that goes inward. And when the door opens up inward, there's like light coming out, but like coming into it. Like you go into the light of the penis. Oh, this is great. But like, hello, if you want to reach the core, your light, connect to your sexuality. Also, for me, this was a sign that I needed to do more internal vaginal work to keep unlocking certain parts of myself and continuing to release traumatic programming, which is exactly what happened during the 30-day self-pleasure challenge. So thank you. Thank you, art therapy, for bringing that to my conscious awareness. Thank you for tapping into my unconscious mind. And you're welcome, everybody, for that story. I will let you know when the 30-day self-pleasure challenge will be released. The content is basically done. I want to work on a notebook or a sketchbook that you guys can purchase to complete the reflective artwork and journaling in, because it's not just self-pleasure, because I go further than that, You'll figure that out once you've, immerse yourself in my work. But if you are interested in knowing when that drops, sign up to be on my email list and you'll get access to this challenge before I launch it, because I will only have a set number of sketchbooks for people to purchase, and you will get a discount code if you're on my email list, and you'll get the first note of when it's released before everybody else knows. If you are interested in any of my other services, you can check out my website, creatinglight.co, and all information is listed in the show notes. Thank you for listening, and I hope it's got your psyche stirring. And remember, when we see the light in ourselves, we create light in others. Super fast, super quick. These are like fucking quick ones. That's okay. This looks great. You look amazing in hot pink. With the black background. Two best friends in a hot tub, 6 feet apart because they're not gay. Okay, and we're done now. End meeting.